Hello everybody and welcome to the Celtic Forever podcast, where on today's show we're going to do the massive preview of the Bayern Munich versus Celtic game on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. We'll do the preview. We're going to look back on the Celtic versus Dundee United game also on Saturday. 3-0 win for Celtic there. We'll have a wee look back on that. We'll hit on the news and gossip as well coming from Celtic Park. So hit that share, subscribe and comment button, folks. Just hit that comment button, leave your comments and hit subscribe as well. So let's get right into this, folks, because there's a lot to get through. Hello and welcome everybody to the Celtic Forever podcast. We've got John here to go through the Bayern Munich preview. That's what we're here for in the main, but we're going to also discuss the Dundee United game, any news and gossip or rumours, stuff like that, team news, etc., injuries. So we're going to go through absolutely everything here today. So let's welcome John. How are you, John?
I'm good. Well done in getting your prediction right on the Dundee United game. That's you gained one back.
Yeah, that's right, John. I've gained 2 back, actually. I think I got the Aberdeen one as well, 2-1 to Aberdeen. So, it was a good weekend for that, and it was a good weekend for Celtic, John. It was a dominant display against Dundee United. We will touch on that later, John, but what did you think of the game against Dundee United?
Celtic dominating it, second half a wee bit stickier. The goals, 3 goals, all top class finishes, every one of them. We're just spoiled by fantastic goals from Celtic right now.
Yeah, we've got the talent on the field, John. Your Jotas, your Kuhns, Maeda, Hatate. The team's just littered with top quality, top class players, John. So, yeah, that's why the finishes are so good just now. And hopefully we can take that into Munich on Tuesday night, John. Wee bits of, no news, but wee bits of, stuff that's floating about. Just a wee word on Kyogo, John. He's not having the best of times over at Rennes, so we just wish the wee man all the best of luck, didn't we? He came off with his shoulder injury again in a game at the weekend there. Came on as a sub and had to go off injured, John. So basically, since he's went to Rennes, he's had 2 substitute appearances, scored no goals, and now he's off with an injury. So the wee man just needs surgery on that. But, it doesn't concern Celtic anymore, John, but as a man and a player for Celtic, he was just outstanding. So we just wish the wee man the best of luck.
Aye, he should have stayed where he was, to be honest with you. Relegation battle, Rennes. It's not a great move for a player, is it? Going to a team that wins stuff, playing in the Champions League to a team that's probably never going to win anything, but it's his decision.
Yeah, of course it is, John. Yeah, but good luck to him anyway, John. Hopefully he gets over that injury quite quickly and back on the playing field, John, for the wee man. All right, just let's move on. Stevie Frail, he's left Motherwell, John, and they've now brought in a permanent manager, German manager, Michael Wimmer. John, he's now the new Motherwell manager. I've not heard much of this boy, but they've now got a permanent manager in place. So good luck to Michael Wimmer, except when he's playing Celtic, obviously. But Stevie Frail, John, he was a decent coach for Celtic, wasn't he, Stevie Frail? A decent manager as well. So he's left the club altogether, John. I find that quite strange. I thought maybe they left Stevie there to bleed in their new manager, but they've not done it. So good luck to Stevie Frail and good luck to Motherwell's new manager, Michael Wimmer.
Aye, good luck, that's all I can say, especially Stevie Frail. He was a Celtic man at one time, so all the best to him. But Motherwell as well, good luck to them. Tough wee team to beat in Fir Park, isn't they, Motherwell? Good wee team. They've always had a good team. We've had a lot of good players off of Motherwell as well, apart from Davy Turnbull. So good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, and just another wee bit that doesn't concern Celtic, was just football news here. But I was quite surprised with this one, John. Shamrock Rovers. Do you know they're taking a 1-0 lead into a home tie against who is it? Maeda. A 1-0 lead into a home tie against Maeda, John, in the Conference League. What a great chance for Shamrock Rovers to get into the last 16 of the Conference League, John. That is unheard of, and well done to Shamrock Rovers.
I don't know anything about Shamrock Rovers. I know they're Irish, I know that much, but I don't watch the Irish game. Never have. I maybe watched a few of their games. I think I watched an Irish team beating Motherwell, who we were just talking about. Did an Irish team no put Motherwell out of it was either the Conference League or the Europa League? I can't remember. It was only a couple of years ago, but I can't remember what team it was.
Yeah, I think that was the qualifiers. I can't remember what team it was either, John, but it might have been Shamrock Rovers actually. But yeah, they did put out a Scottish team. That's right, and it was uproar, wasn't it? Now you're looking at Shamrock Rovers and with a chance to get into the last 16 there, John. And Celtic always go over to Ireland and play Shamrock Rovers in pre-season friendlies. So yeah, there's a close bond there with the clubs. So good luck to Shamrock Rovers. Right, John.
Aye, absolutely. Good luck to Shamrock Rovers. All the Irish teams. Well, the exception of a couple, we'll no mention who they are.
Yeah, that's it, John. Your Linfields, etc. Yeah. Right, okay. I know you didn't want to mention them, but I don't mind mentioning them.
I was going to say, you just stopped me in.
Yeah, let's move on, John. Let's move on. Let's get into the big preview then, John. Bayern Munich over in Germany. I'm going to say it's impossible, but it's almost impossible, to get a win in the Allianz Arena, John. It's going to be very tough. If we can do it, it would be miraculous. Let's put it that way. But nothing's impossible. We're playing some nice football. We attacked Bayern Munich the last 25 minutes at Celtic Park. So how will we approach this one, John? Will we try and defend for the first 70 minutes and then go for that equaliser? Or will we just go right at them? What's your thoughts just now, John?
There's going to have to be a bit of defending done, of course, because they're going to be on the front foot a lot. But I just think Celtic, when it comes to sitting back and trying to counter attack, I don't think Celtic are great at sitting back and trying to defend. They're a team built on attacking, so you've got to change your whole mindset when you go to these places. So it's going to be. It's a monumental task. Let's not kid ourselves. And I just don't like the idea of Celtic sitting back, try to defend and try to nick a goal, because I don't think Celtic's the best at that. So I don't know what you can change. Maybe some more long balls, maybe something like that. A few more long balls, test out their defence rather than try to pass it out for the back, that kind of thing. I don't know, Xander. It is a monumental task, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you try and attack them, they'll expose you, if you're pushing forward too much. But, we did do it the last 25 minutes and with some success. So Brendan might look at that. And then, as you say, we're not a defensive team, John. So I'm sure Brendan has a plan in mind. But I think he'll maybe go at them early to try and get an equaliser, John, and take it for there. But we'll wait and see what happens on Tuesday night. 3,750 Celtic fans allowed into the Allianz Arena, John. So a fair old following there, nearly 4,000 Celtic fans. There may be a few more, getting through, the back door, if you like, with some of these tickets for sale in the street, But 3,750 tickets, that's not a bad reallocation there, John.
It's not bad at all, is it? But they'll not be heard in there. It's a big stadium, isn't it, the Allianz Arena? I don't know what its capacity is. Was it 80,000 or something like that? I'm not sure.
Not sure, John, but it'll be a lot anyway. It'll be quite a bit, yeah.
I'll just check that right now, actually, the Allianz Arena, but it is a big stadium, bigger than Celtic Park. Celtic Park.
Yeah, Celtic Park's quite big as well.
Celtic Park is a big stadium. Let's no kid us. The capacity of the Allianz Arena is 75,024.
There you go, John. So 3,750 is okay, and I think there'll be another extra couple of thousand kicking about Celtic supporters. So we don't need to worry about the Celtic fans. We always behave, We just don't want to see any of these flares, rockets, fireworks, smoke bombs, John, whatever you want to call them. We just want to see anything like that, because it'll just basically be another automatic fine and possibly a suspension for away fans as well, John.
Well, lesson learned from the last time. There was only one flare. And it wasn't even a flare. It was just one of these smoke things, smoke bomb, if you want to call it a smoke bomb. Don't know what they're called, but it was one of them that was thrown onto the park. It wasn't even a flare. But I've got to just keep it away from the games in Europe. Keep it away from the games altogether. Don't need it.
No, don't need it. So just hope the fans enjoy themselves. And what a party it would be if Celtic did manage to beat Bayern Munich over there, where it's extra time, penalties, whatever, John. If you get any sort of result over there, it's the way I look at it is keep it scored down, keep it respectable, get a draw. A draw would be a good result for me. But a lot of Celtic fans are confident going into this one, John. How's your feelings going into this? Are you confident we can do it, or are you just like me? You just want to keep the scoreline respectable, a wee draw maybe, and anything above that, anything beyond that is a massive bonus.
Well, I would not say I was confident at all. It's Bayern Munich, one of the best teams in the world, one of the teams with the biggest budgets in the world. So that doesn't fill you with confidence. But it's 11 men against 11. Celtic, away from home in Europe, famously with not being great. So you've got to take all these things into account. If any Celtic fans are full of confidence, good luck to them. I don't know where they get that confidence from. Like I say, we're playing against one of the biggest teams in the world. With one of the biggest budgets in the world. And but admire anybody that has confidence. I just want to know where they get that confidence from. What gives them that confidence that Celtic can go there and turn them over? I'm in the same camp as you. I don't think Celtic will get a win there, but I think a wee draw there, I think I'd be happy enough with that. And if we get a win, obviously I'm going to eat my hat, and it'll be the best feeling in the world, to be honest with you.
Aye, yeah. I think most of the Celtic fans feel the same. They're going over there for a party, just enjoy the occasion, if you like, playoffs in the Champions League. That's a great achievement for Celtic with the budget that we have next to Bayern Munich, John. So, yeah, they're going over there for a party. And obviously, we've had big results away in the Europa League, John. Was it Lazio? We put them out over in Italy. So, I think the Celtic fans are maybe thinking a similar sort of a result. But it's a different level from Lazio, John. It really is. It's £500 million spent on the team this season. That's massive money. And then they already had the top quality players there as well, John. So it's you've got to look at the budgets. They're a big club. It's not Celtic, but they have the big budget, John, which makes the big difference.
This makes all the difference in the world, and they're at home. That's going to give them a lot more confidence than they did at Celtic Park. It's all stacks up against Celtic, this one, but we've seen Queen's Park going to Ibrox and pulling out a miraculous win there. But this is a bigger scale, If you compare Queen's Park to Rangers, and then you compare Celtic to Bayern Munich, it's a bigger gap. It's a much bigger gap. It's a different level in it.
Yeah, that's it, John. It's let's have a wee look at the odds then, because this is scary. I know not many people want to hear this, but let's do it anyway, John. 2 to 11, which is roughly 5. 1 to 5, 1 to 6 for a Bayern Munich win at home. So bookies, they're just, it's beyond a St Johnstone coming to Celtic Park, John. So that's your no offence to St Johnstone, by the way. That was just the first name that came in my head, but 2 to 11 anyway, Bayern Munich, 8 to 1 the draw, and Celtic to leave Germany with the win and book their place into the last 16 is priced at 17 to 1, John. Celtic is 17 to 1. I don't think I've ever seen a price like that for Celtic to win any game of you.
I don't really pay attention to the odds, but it is big odds, I know that. I'm sure there'll be a few Celtic fans under sticking a fiver on that, tenner on it, or whatever. Some of these guys that believe Celtic should win every game, they maybe stick a wee fiver, a wee tenner on it, and I wish them all the best of luck with that, because 17 to 1, wee tenner on it, 170 quid, no bad, is it?
It's okay, isn't it? Yeah, John. And miracles do happen, This had one of our commenters last week mentioning Lourdes. I think we need to bring Lourdes into play here as well. It's like, I think there is a chance, John. There is a chance, but we are littered with talent. But we saw what Bayern Munich are all about at Celtic Park, John. So we just need to hope that they have an absolutely dreadfully off day and Celtic are absolutely flying. So that's what we're all hoping for, John. And obviously, Bayern Munich drawing nothing each at the weekend there, John. That was more of a defensive performance, but Leverkusen, second in the league in Germany, were attacking them the full 90 minutes. I think it's the first time in a long time, maybe even ever, John, that Bayern Munich have played a game and didn't have a single shot at goal. So that's the kind of performance we're looking for when they come up against Celtic, John. But these things don't normally happen twice, do they?
No, with Bayern Munich, no. I mean, every team has an off day, right enough. So, look, we've got to catch Bayern Munich on an off day to have any chance of beating them. We really have got to catch them on an off day. And you never know, Xander. It could be one of the days. It could be. We live in hope. That's all we can do right now. Live in hope and just hope they have a bad day. They get a bit of news that a few of the big players are injured, something like that. That's the best we can hope for, really. Right now, that's the way I feel anyway.
Yeah, that's it, John. And there's no news of any injuries, so that's gone already. There's actually a chance a couple of their injured players returning for this one, John. Peretz and Polinia, there's a wee slight chance, but both still a doubt for this one. Celtic, the same old story. James Forrest, he's not quite ready for this one, John. He'll miss out this one. And obviously Bernardo, he's out with an ankle injury for 45 weeks, John. So that's your injury news on both teams, John. So yeah, as I say, I wouldn't say it's one that I'm looking forward to, John. Obviously, if we do manage to overcome Bayern Munich, and it's not impossible, but it's very difficult. But if we do it, then we're up against Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid in the last 16. But John, we don't even want to look at that just now. But it's just to let everybody know that that's your next opponent. If we get through, it's Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid. So yeah, I don't understand why the playoff round is more difficult than the round of 16. But that's just the way the new format works, John.
I know. It is what it is. If we've been dealt, probably I would have preferred. I was going to say I would prefer Real Madrid, but they're just as good. They're two top quality sides. But the draw wasn't kind on Celtic. Probably the ones we could have played were probably two of the three best teams in the world. That's what we were up against there,
Yeah. Yeah, the draw could have been a lot kinder, John, but the Aston Villa game had a lot to do with that. We'll not go back to that, but but even with a draw there, John, we would maybe have avoided Bayern Munich. So we'll not go back to that, John. But we've got to play the fixture that we're dealt with. So okay, are we predicted lineup, John? This should be quite easy. I think we all know what the team's going to be. But the big dilemma for me, is it Schlupp or is it Greg Taylor? That's one dilemma I would possibly look at. Then the only other one is the usual one, McCowan or Engels, but I think it's going to be Engels. And then up front is there a dilemma, Maeda, Daizen Maeda or Adam Ida, all the usual ones which we talk about every week, John. But what are you thinking right now?
Full team?
Yeah.
Schmeichel, the usual at the back. It's going to be Vickers, Trusty, Alistair Johnson. I think, for me personally, I would give the start to Schlupp. I've seen of him against Dundee United, I think he's got a lot more pace. He's braver in the tackle, so tracking back, he's fast as well. So I would put him in there instead of Greg Taylor for this one. That's just my thoughts. That's my thoughts anyway. Centre of the park, obviously Callum, Engels and Hatate. Although I've spoke about Hatate, he's just not been doing it for me recently. Keeps giving the ball away, hitting it out of the park. His shooting is terrible. But I think he will start. Yeah, especially with Bernardo injured, John. I think he'll start as well. Aye, I mean, there is a shout for Luke McCown possibly, but no, I think Hatate's going to start this one. Me personally, I would rather see Luke McCown in there because I think he does a better job. He doesn't give the ball away as much. He doesn't hit it out the park. His shots are on target. So, that you do the maths kind of thing.
Yeah.
Up front, another dilemma, like he says. I think this time we should go with Maeda. I think he put the fear of God into Real Madrid for the last 25 minutes. So I definitely think Maeda should start up front with
Yeah,
Jota
Bayern,
on the
yeah.
left. Aye, definitely. Jota
Yeah.
on the left and Kuhn on the right.
Yeah. Yeah, you said Real there, John, but we know you meant Bayern.
Did I? Why did I say Real Madrid?
We were talking about that a second ago, weren't we? So, I know I'm the same, John. I'll just go with that as well. I think the last 25 minutes against Bayern Munich at Celtic Park, we did put the fear of God into them, John. We really did. That was tremendous last 25 minutes and injury time. We just couldn't get that equaliser, you know. But I would go with Daizen through the middle. We Kuhn and Jota on the left, John. But I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to start with Adam Maeda up front, the big man, you know, rattled in a beautiful goal against Dundee United. We'll get to that very soon, folks. But he's on form as well, John. The full team's on form domestically. Obviously, Champions League's a different level. So I would go with Daizen. What have you got to lose? You know, that's where you've got to look at it. What have you got to lose here? There's a great chance, especially with the bookmakers' odds, that we're not going to do it. So give it a go. That's the way I look at it. Give it a go, Brendan. Give it your all and see where it takes us.
In my heart, I would love to just see Celtic go over there and take anything. I would love to just leave there with a one each draw or something like that. Keep our heads held high, keep our confidence high. But you've got to be realistic. And a realistic picture right now, when you look at what we're up against, it's no favourable for Celtic. Let's be honest. I mean, you've seen how good Bayern Munich were. They just totally controlled that game until the last 25 minutes. Maybe if Celtic go in there with a bit more belief, because maybe they lacked a wee bit of belief at Celtic Park. You know, maybe that was the problem for the first hour of the game. Maybe the problem was Celtic never had belief. Maybe as the game wore on, they thought, hang on a minute, we can get something out of this, and they started to shine. So maybe if they start the game with that attitude, you know, we can get something out of this. Maybe if they get a wee bit more belief, they could take something, Xander. They could. And I'm not trying to be all negative, but you've got to look at the big picture here. It's Bayern Munich, one of the top sides in the world. The big spenders, the big hitters. They've got all the money. They play in a fantastic league, and one of their players is worth more than our whole team. That says it all. That basically says everything for me.
Mm-hmm. We're both saying 3-0 through the heads, you know, being realistic, and our heart is saying Celtic to qualify, John, to the next round. Okay, fair enough, John.
Or just take anything.
Yeah. That's it. Keep the score down. Okay, maybe come away with a draw, something like that.
I couldn't handle one of the big defeats against Xander. They absolutely crushed me. Them, you know that. 5-0, 7-1s, and all that stuff. Just, I'm sure the Celtic players, they're not going into that game with that kind of result in mind. And like you says, perhaps Brendan's got a wee plan there. You just don't know. Maybe he's seen a weakness in Bayern Munich. We'll wait and see, Xander. We've not got long to go. Once the first 3 goals go in, I'll turn it off. That's all I'm saying.
All right, okay. All right, let's leave that there, John. There's not much more we can really say about the big game on Tuesday night, but wish our boys all the best of luck. And it's not what we ever look forward to, John, is it? All we can do is wish the boys the best of luck, John.
Well, exactly, and I know we're going to get hammered in the comments. People don't like that, but what you've got to remember, anybody listening, you've got to look at the big picture. I'm sure probably what 90% of Celtic fans are looking at the reality of what we're up against, but also in the same breath, Bayern Munich could have an off day, and we could. I'm not saying we will, but if they have a bad day, we could steal something with the pace we've got up front. That's the realistic picture.
Okie dokie, John. You mentioned comments there. I had to laugh at one of the comments, kill myself laughing on it. I was one of the boys came on, no regular. I've got to say, it wasn't a regular. He came on and says, used to have been very negative, talking about the Dundee United game. Used to have been very negative. Celtic will win by at least 3 clear goals. My prediction was 3-0. So this is what you're up against in the comments, John. This is.
Well, I says 3-1. So how's that been negative?
Yeah, that's it. You know, people. I don't know if people want to hear what they want to hear, don't they? You know, we said with Celtic would wipe the floor with Dundee United, so I don't know where they get it for some of these commenters. Keep your comments coming in, folks. By the way, because we will try and read as many out as possible. All comments, whether it's that or comments that make sense, are welcome. Any comments welcome. Right, John. Let's park that. Let's get into the Dundee United game then. John, a wee word on that. We had our say on the Dundee United game on Saturday. It was good, wasn't it? It was decent performance. Like you said at the start, it was a wee bit boring. I didn't think so. I thought it was good. So I thought the style of play was exciting, fast again, John. I know Dundee United, maybe you're talking about Dundee United, were a bit boring. I think they, you know, sort of I wouldn't say that they gave up on the game, but it was very defensive for them. Once yet again, the same as that Tannadice, you know, try to keep the score down. And once we get that first goal, the game's over, isn't it? Yet again.
It's not Celtic that's boring, like you say. It's Dundee United that's boring. They honestly, it's a total snooze fest watching them. It's hard to watch that. I mean, Celtic are always beautiful to watch, so that's no a problem. They pass the ball about, they try and break them down. That isn't boring. It's just boring watching, you know, Celtic try to find a way through that brick wall yet again. It's just soul destroying.
Yeah, that's it. But these, especially when it's Celtic, John, I think they've got to do that, especially at Celtic Park, haven't they, to try and come away with something. But it is soul destroying. It's not an easy watch, really, until you get that first goal, and then you just watch the beautiful goals fly in. You know, Jota, Adam Maeda, Callum McGregor, 3 stunning goals, John. Especially big Adam Maeda's, what a power shot that was. Jota's was a nice finish also, and then McGregor getting the opener in the 23rd minute, John. That was a lovely goal for McGregor as well. Twinkle toes there, McGregor, wasn't it? Twinkle toes McGregor. Takes around about 3 or 4 defenders and tucks it by the goalkeeper. Beautiful stuff, John.
Aye. That was a good way to get it started. I mean, I think that's what's missing for a lot of Celtic's attacking players. A player that, he can take the ball outside the box and dribble around a couple of players, create a wee yard or two of space and smash it into the net. That was a fantastic goal. I loved it.
That was nice. It was, and it settles the nerves as well, didn't it? Because it was 23 minutes, I think, by the time we got that first goal, John. So that was that put the. Dundee United's plan was working up until that point, and McGregor does that. Then you've got Jota goal, another nice goal. We cut inside, the same as what Kuhn does over the other side. Jota does that on the left and finds a beautiful wee curling effort, John. As soon as it left his boot, you knew it was in the net, didn't you?
It was like Nicholas Kuhn. That was a lovely finish from Jota. Really enjoyed that one as well. Like I say, all 3 goals were fantastic, but Callum McGregor's was special because he creates all that space for himself to, it's not his usual type of goal that he scored this season, is it? All screamers from outside the box. That one, he showed his dribbling ability, the skill and the finesse to stick it in the corner. Jota's goal was full of finesse as well. Wee curler, keeper can't get near it. A stunning finish from Jota.
Yeah, and big Adam Maeda, another good strike from big Adam. John, he finds the net again. That's all we want from the big man. And another clean sheet for Kasper Schmeichel, John. Just very confident, very comfortable game for Celtic. Schlupp started this one, didn't he, John? He looks decent, like you said earlier there. I think he looks the part. Schlupp, John. Ralston also started. He's not putting a foot wrong just now, is he? McKeown got a start, Jan got a start. So there's a few changes for this Bayern Munich game, John. Daizen Maeda getting his rest, Greg Taylor getting a rest, although we both think Schlupp should start against Munich. Just a few, 3 or 4 changes there, John, and also Kuhn getting a rest.
Aye, I think everybody performed well on the day. It was a good performance from Celtic, but we haven't really touched on Adam Maeda's goal yet. I think that was the goal of the match, that one. 18-yard line, bang, right in at the top corner, right across the keeper. What a finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, he puts a lot of power in that, didn't he? I've seen him do that a few times this season. Big Adam Maeda with his power shots, and just a beautiful finish, as you say, John. Keeper had no chance whatsoever. Nearly took the net off as well, didn't he? So, yeah, the big man, Well, in fact, all the forwards, John, are firing just now. Yeah, they really are. Every single player is scoring goals. Jota's scoring, Eder's scoring. Even Yang is scoring, John. Even Yang's getting a goal here and there. Nicholas is scoring as well. With Daizen, obviously, player of the season for me so far, John. Daizen Maeda.
So far, aye,
Yeah.
definitely so far. There. So, what was your goal of the match?
Goal of the match for me was, I'm going to give it to Callum because it was the first goal, settled the nerves. It was a beautiful twinkle toes, as I say, John. Beautiful wee dribble in the edge of the box, takes him in just inside the box, and then sort of reverses the ball, didn't he? Past all the defenders and the goalkeeper into the net. John, the goalkeeper had no chance. So that was a goal for me. What about yourself?
I agree. Callum's goal was the best one for me. I mean, the best one on the eye was probably Adam Eder's, just smashing it right at the top corner across the keeper. That's, like he says, nearly took the net right off. On the eye, that was the nicest goal to see. Jota's was beautiful as well, but Callum McGregor, that beautiful solo effort. We need more of that from Celtic players that can go around a couple of defenders, because we're always up against defenders. Somebody that can do that and then smash the ball into the net, like you say, nice wee reverse finish. Aye, that's the pick of the bunch for me as well, that one.
Yeah.
But we haven't touched on the referee. How bad was he?
Yeah, I didn't even. Oh, that was quite bad again with the referee. Stopping the play when we're up 4 against 2, things like that. John, just another terrible performance. And we're not finished with referees, by the way, because we're going to go on about the Sunday fixtures as well, John. But not right now. Yeah, the referee was quite poor, wasn't he? But what can you do, John? As long as we win the game, we can talk about the referee and the referee's performance once we've won the game, because it sounds like sour grapes if we don't win the game. So, yeah, we could talk about it, John. He was quite bad, wasn't he?
Aye, well, I've heard fans going on about you win the game and you're still moaning about the referee. Well, that's the best time to moan about the referee, because it shows that you're taking notice. Winning or losing, you're still taking notice of these disgraceful decisions from referees. Celtic could have won that game by about, 6-7 goals if it wasn't for the ref pulling back play when he didn't have to.
Yeah, Nick Walsh was the ref. Yeah, that's right, John. I think it's dreadful refereeing, actually. Done it 2 or 3 times, didn't he? Celtic breaking on Dundee United, pulls it back for free kick. He can yellow card the Dundee United player after the phase of play is over, John. So there's no need to pull the game back like that. And it was the Celtic fans were getting really frustrated by that. You can understand why.
Oh, it was shocking. I mean, everybody was screaming at that. I mean, like I say, people say, you moan about the referee even if you've won. There's no pleasing Celtic fans. Well, it doesn't matter if you're still winning 3-0. Do your job properly and we won't have anything to complain about. It's as simple as that. Celtic could have had another 3 or 4 goals if it wasn't for dodgy referees pulling back the play when you've got 3 attackers on 1 defender and all that stuff. And like you says, book the player after the ball's in the net. Don't pull the play back when there's no need to.
Yeah, that's it, John. That's it. But it's done. It's gone now, John. We can go on and on about the referees. They're going to do what they're going to do. We just need to play through that, these poor refereeing decisions, and then highlight it on the podcast. That's exactly what we're doing just now. All right, John, let's obviously the subs, they got rested, your Daizens, Nicholas Kuhn, Engels, Greg Taylor, they all came on off the bench, John. So they got their wee 20-minute run out, I suppose, to put a wee bit of energy into their legs before they go over to Munich. But the scoring was more or less done. The job was done as well. So the subs get a run out. And Kenny came on as well for Eder, didn't he? Johnny Kenny. He got yet another 10-15 minutes as well, John. So obviously the team, John, I don't know if you want to run through a score out of 10. The team was Schmeichel, Schlupp, Trusty, Carter Vickers, Tony Ralston, Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate, Luke McCowan, and then your 3 up front was Yang, Adam Ida, and who was it on the left, John? Was it on the right? Sorry, who was on the right? I can't remember.
Yang? Was Yang
Yang.
on the right?
Yang and Jota, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so if you want to give individual player scorings, John, I'll be quick. 1 to 10 individual player scoring.
I can't really remember much of the game, to be honest with you, but it was comfortable for most players. Nobody really stepped out of line and made an obvious mistake or errors or anything like that. I thought every Celtic player played well. So all I can do is give everybody an 8 because the performance was kind of flawless.
Yeah.
So because I can't remember the game, but nothing stuck out that anybody had a bad game, if you know what I mean. To me, it was everybody played well. It was a case of trying to break United down. Nobody had a bad performance. Everybody played well. I'll give every player an 8, and I'll give a man of the match to a tough one. I think Jota was maybe. I'll give him the man of the match. It's his first game back at Celtic Park. He scored a beautiful goal. He was creating all sorts of hassle for defenders. He was giving that boy at left back for United a torrid time. Right back, sorry. He was giving him a torrid time. And then Maeda came on as well. He played well and all. So, no, but my man of the match goes to Jota. And I'm just going to give every player an 8 because nobody stood out as doing anything bad. You know, they all played well to a man. Every player played well.
Yeah, they did. And well done to the boys. I'll give my man in the match. There's a few actually. Schlupp played well. He had a cracking shot off the post as well, didn't he? And he's decent. He is good, Schlupp. I do like him, to be honest with you. He looks okay. Jota, as you say, John as well. Callum in the midfield. All decent chances for man of the match. And I'll give it to Callum then, John. I thought he was just dynamic in the midfield. And another special goal from our captain, Cal Mack, John. So man of the match goes to Callum for me. Right, John. That wraps that up then. Well done. 3 points. It put us 16 points cleared, didn't it, John, until the Sunday. Then Sunday comes around, John. Sunday comes around, and you know what I'm going to touch on next? We're going to do the results over the weekend, John. Let's do it now, and we'll start at Tynecastle, John. What an absolutely disgusting performance yet again. We praised this guy, John, a few weeks ago, beaten for being quite fair in a couple of games, and then he turns up yet again, does his business for his boys, John, and refuses to give Hearts a stone wall penalty at 1 each, John. A chance to go 2-1 up for Hearts. Refuses to give it. They break up the park 30 seconds later, Rangers, and they go in front, John. And then it doesn't even go to VAR after that. It is absolutely disgusting, John.
I never seen the game, but I did see the incident. You put it up on YouTube. I watched that, and if that's not a penalty, what is a penalty? Seriously, if a referee has looked at that and says, nah, there's nothing in that, 2 hands just to force a guy right off the pitch, and that's not a penalty. And by the looks of what I've seen, the ball was coming straight to the Hearts player.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rangers defenders just shoved the player right out the pitch. And I mean, it's not a shoulder charge. It's not a coming together. It's 2 arms on the back and forcefully throwing a player. I think a referee should be sacked. He should never be refereeing another game in his life if he's deemed that to be fair. Talk about injustice. Hearts can feel really hard done by the famous John Beaton. That's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the second brother, Stephen McLean, John, on the VAR, decides not to even look at it on. What's the point in having it? What is the point in having VAR if you're not going to look at incidents like that inside the penalty box? It is disgraceful, John. Nothing can be done about it now. I mean, the fact that they actually broke up the park 30 seconds later and went ahead, that's what makes it even worse for Hearts, you know. It doesn't concern Celtic much just now, John, because we're so far ahead. But can you imagine if we were only a couple of points ahead or even a couple of points behind, John, at this stage? You know, you'd be absolutely raging with that. And I think the Hearts supporters are absolutely disgusted by that decision.
I don't blame them. I absolutely don't blame them. Not that I like Hearts or anything, but I like them more than that mob. And it's just a disgraceful thing to see that. I mean, I've not seen the full game or the highlights or anything, just that incident. And you know, if a referee has looked at that, there's no need for VAR to look at it. If the referee has turned a blind eye to that, I'm sure VAR's going to do exactly the same thing. If the guy on VAR's obviously thought, well, he's not seen it, so we'll just let it go. That's what's happened.
Yeah. Okay, John, as I say, there's not much we can really do about it as Celtic fans, but if I was Hearts, you know, I'd be, it's normally Rangers that write to the SFA, isn't it? But if I was Hearts, I'd be writing to the SFA about that.
The guy should never referee a game in his life again, Xander. If he can't see that, then I don't know. Maybe he's looking another way. Maybe he's looking up at the sky or something, thinking about what he's having for his supper that night and never seen anything. I don't know, but if you can't see that, you shouldn't be on a football park refereeing a game, because that's the most obvious penalty you'll ever see in your life. You wouldn't get away with that in a Sunday League game, Xander, let alone a professional, you know, Scottish Premier League game. Anybody can see that's a penalty. Anybody on earth. You can't just put your two arms in a player's back and shove him right out the pitch, especially when the ball's coming right to his feet. That's disgusting. I mean, it's beyond poor refereeing that. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's it, John. We'll leave it there because we can't really do anything about it. It was one of the worst I've ever saw, you know, especially for a team like Hearts who are desperate for the points, John, you know. Anyway, let's leave it there, John. Condolences to Charles Stewart's family, John, the man who passed away at Tynecastle against Rangers, John, the game against Rangers. 79-year-old Charles Stewart passed away, you know. We never want to hear these sort of things, you know, so rest in peace to Charles Stewart, John, the man that passed away. Lifelong Hearts supporter, died, John, and condolences to his family, John.
Aye, absolutely. Well said, Xander. Obviously, I don't know the guy, but it's not nice to hear about that. Any football fan, you know, to follow them for especially almost 80 years and passes away. So rest in peace to Charles and condolences to his family, Xander. My sentiments exactly.
Yeah, well said, John. Okay. All right, let's move on then, John. Let's get into the results over the weekend then, John. I think I said I got two right, John. That was it. That was only two we got right between the two of us. Let's run through them. Glasgow City 2, Celtic 2. I think you said 2-1 to Celtic, John, so you were unlucky. I think I said 3-2 to Celtic, so both of us unlucky. Dundee 1, Aberdeen 2. That's the one I got right, John. A win for Aberdeen, John, at last, for their supporters, I suppose. Is that them back in the horse, do you think?
Aye, for second place.
Right, okay. For second place, yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens. Kilmarnock 3, St Johnstone 1. Decent win for favourite for Rangers job, John. The Rangers manager's job, Derek McInnes. Good win for him against St Johnstone. Managerless Motherwell 0, Ross County 3. Decent win for Ross County there. The Sunday games, John, we'll quickly run through them. Hearts 1, the Rangers 3, and St Mirren 0, Hibernian 0. Bit of a snooze fest there at St Mirren Park, John. So that's your SPL fixtures. Brunny Watch, Falkirk 2, Ayr 2, a late equaliser for Falkirk, John. Brunny hitting the bar there, almost getting the 3 points.
Aye, I've seen that one. I didn't see the game, I've seen the result. So aye, unlucky, Brunny. Falkirk, they're top of the championship, aren't they?
Yep.
Aye, so that's unlucky from Brunei. He's definitely challenging for this title. I don't blame him for no wanting to move to other teams in the Premier League. He believes in his team, Xander.
Yeah, he sure does. And he's flying, absolutely flying. He's at least going to make that playoff, I think, unless it all blows up. But no, I don't think it will. He's got his boys playing really well for him, Brunei. Okay, moving on. Celtic 3, Bo'ness 1 for the B team. 3-1 win for the B team. Scorers Dobie, Cummings and Donovan getting the goals for the Celtic B. John, that boy Cummings, I think one of our commenters said that he's England bound, and it was Aston Villa. I'm not sure. West Ham, not sure. But he's England bound, so he gets another goal. Daniel Cummings, I think it is, isn't it? So well done to him. And of course, Bayer Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 0. John, was all the results we spoke about on the preview. Anything that sticks out there for you, John?
No, just the Area United game, really. I think I predicted the right teams to get the right results, but the rank score, if you know what I mean, I predicted the results of the team that would win. No all of them right enough, but a few draws. I think I picked a few draws in my predictor. But I think Bruni is obviously the score that sticks out. The 2 weeks draw keeps him in touch at top of the championship. He believes in his team, and I think I've got a feeling they're going to get promoted, Xander. I really have.
Yeah, it looks like it, and I hope they do. Ayr United in the Premier League, I don't know the last time, or in the top flight even. I don't know the last time Ayr United were in the top flight. It must have been a wee while ago, John. We'll check it out for the next podcast. Okay, John, let's move on then, because there's not really much else we've got to talk about, apart from maybe the ladies again, John, the Scotland's national team ladies kick off the Euro League, John, the Euro Nations League on Friday at 5 o'clock with an away game to Norway. So the Scottish ladies kick off against Norway 5 o'clock on Friday. Anybody's looking for a wee game to watch before the Hibs game on Saturday, which is 12:30 at Easter Road. That's going to be a tough one, John. We'll get more into that nearer the time, probably Friday. We'll do the next podcast. But, John, that's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Especially coming back from Munich, depending on the result, I suppose, as well.
Aye, Bill. It's not really something I've ever watched. It's the Scotland ladies and all that stuff. It doesn't interest me, Xander, to be honest with you.
Yeah. What about the Hibs game, John, coming back from Munich? Because it all depends on the result. But you couldn't ask for a tougher game, John, going to Easter Road.
It's a hard game, aye, but they just had a bad result against St Mirren. But coming back from Munich, at least this time we'll have a couple of days rest.
Yeah.
Because we've played that. Come Tuesday night, that's 3 games in 6 days. That's too much. And it's far too much for the players.
Yeah.
They're no machines, they're only human beings. And they're going to be knackered after Munich, no doubt. They'll be chasing the game about a lot. So, is it Sunday we play Hibs?
Saturday, John.
It's a Saturday, aye.
Yeah.
Oof, I know it's a few days rest, but the boys know exactly what they need to do there. They know the league's their bread and butter. You win the league, you get another shot at the Champions League next season. So they know exactly what they have to do, Xander. They'll be all right there.
Yeah. Okay, John. We'll leave it there then. Thanks for that, John. Massive few days coming up for Celtic then. Champions League on Tuesday, back to league business at Easter Road on Saturday. Massive 2 games, but 1 game at a time. Bayern Munich first. We'll take it from there, folks. We'll wait and see what happens on Tuesday night. 8 o'clock kickoff. This one we're all going to watch, but I wouldn't say we're all looking forward to it. But John, just imagine, right? What would the feeling be around the club if we put Bayern Munich out and get to the last 16, John? Can you imagine what the feeling and what the atmosphere around the club would be if we do the miraculous thing and put Bayern Munich out?
I can't imagine how that would feel, but it's right up there with getting to I suppose the UEFA Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
As far back as I can remember when it comes to games, it's right up there with Rangers gone bust, or that kind of stuff. You know, these feelings. It's right up there with all that kind of stuff. The day Celtic won the league at Tannadice for the helicopter day, it's right up there with that kind of stuff. All the good things that you associate Celtic with, this will be right up there with that, Xander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it, John. It's you can only imagine how that's going to feel. And as you said earlier, John, we've not got long to wait. Kick off 8 o'clock, so it's not long to wait, John, is it? It's to be honest with you, right now, I just want the game over and done with. You know, so that we can concentrate on trying to win this treble, John. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not giving as much of a chance, but, you know, miracles do happen, John. You know, the impossible does happen in football. And all we can do is wish Brendan and the boys all the best over in Germany, John.
This is it. But just go out there and believe. You just need to believe in yourself. I think that when you play for a team like Bayern Munich, I think their players they're full of belief. They know that they're playing for a big club. They know they're surrounded by, every player knows they're surrounded by equally as good players. Celtic are filled with great players as well, but when it comes time to play against the big boys, I think the belief is a wee bit lessened for Celtic players. But maybe if they've got the same level of belief, as the Bayern Munich players, then anything can happen, Sander.
Yeah. And that's what we'll finish it with, John. We'll finish on that then, John. We'll bring the comments back on the preview of Hibs. But we'll finish on anything can happen, John. Okay, well said, John. And we'll catch you on the preview on Friday.
I'll see you Friday, Sander. Hail, mate.
Hail, buddy. Thanks for coming on, and all the best of luck to the boys. See you all later.